I'm reading in the disclosure files on Substack, and I'm stupid. I didn't put this together about the fact that um, if the supposed technology that's been worked on from these uh, crash extraterrestrial spacecraft is not patented, because they can't patent it because it becomes public at that point. Even though there's military has secret patent, the U.S. military can secretly patent stuff. But the thing is, none of this technology is owned by the government anymore. We actually siphon it off to supposedly for-profit corporations to work on it and get the data back. And the reason we did that is because they aren't subject, those for-profit corporations are not subject to the Freedom of Information Act. In other words, the government can clearly say, we don't have this information, and they don't, because they gave it to somebody else. Or we don't have this material. They do have the information. That's the idea. The idea is that the government gives this crashed debris to these corporations. They reverse engineer it. What the government wants is data on how it was used, and also if you build anything from it, we get to use it for free. But they actually end up owning the technology. The problem is they can't patent it. So if this stuff becomes publicly known, basically they lose the rights, the proprietary rights to this material. And we're probably talking about billions of dollars of stuff. And so if you're looking for a excuse or rationale to kill somebody, man, I don't know. There you go. That's as good as anything. There's too much going on. I'm not the only person who said this. This is not an original thought. There's too much going on here with these 10 people that have been that are missing, especially the ones that are missing. 4 or 5 of them all lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and worked at the Los Alamos lab. And one woman, her family says, well, I can't think, is there Casio or is her last name? I think it is. They said, well, she's literally just an office worker. She literally just orders office supplies. No, 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 no. That's what she told her family. As a matter of fact, it's true. This woman had no security clearance, but she worked for somebody who did. She was an executive assistant for someone who did. And of course, you're typing up all that stuff. And guess what? Because you're typing it up, you know it all. There's no way getting around that. You've got secrets in your head, So I don't buy, her family's trying to say she knew nothing about any of this stuff. That's bullshit. Especially if she's an executive assistant for somebody. She knew a whole lot. And then ironically, she has no security clearance. She doesn't, but she knows it anyway. So anyway, this moves on. Tomorrow, our guest for tomorrow's show, Thursday's show, the last show this week, is Tom Vernon. He's a co-host of the UAP Files podcast that's everywhere, mostly YouTube. We originally, and this is on our website, we had his other co-host, Jimmy Connors, booked, but Jimmy couldn't do it at the last minute. So Tom's coming in his place, just as good. We have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. We have a full show next week. Full shows except Monday. I'm not going to announce who the guest is because we haven't confirmed it. But we have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday full. So we got it going on, as the boomers say, and God knows I am one. And my wife hates it when I say that. I want to thank you folks for watching. I want to thank again for coming on. Maybe that was a little too in the weeds for you. I don't know, but I'm kind of in the weeds. What can I tell you? And so we're going to play his video now before we leave again, because you should watch this. I've seen this like 4 or 5 times. It's incredible. I find it mind-boggling that none of that is real. None of it. None of it. The sets, the lighting, the people, it's all generated by computer. All of it. Now, I know this has become commonplace, but there's some cinematic art to what he's doing here, and I just find it amazing. So good night, Uncle Donnie, wherever you are, and good night to you, wherever you may be. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you on Monday. Take care.